So for the final stretch of our Canada and New York trip, we found ourselves at Watkins Glen for the NASCAR race. Knowing we'd be dealing with crowds and high energy atmosphere at the track, we looked for somewhere really peaceful to stay, somewhere we could just unwind, and we found this absolutely adorable little house in Hector Falls, right on the lake. I have to tell you, it was just perfect.
All right, this is the last leg of our GoodRiz road trip, and we're very pleased to have a nice, cool, comfortable place to chill.
Seneca Lake is the largest and deepest of all the Finger Lakes, with parts as deep as 618 feet, stretching 38 miles long. This lake almost never freezes, which creates a perfect environment for vineyards. I guess this explains why there were so many to choose from between our house and Watkins Glen. We had the most beautiful sunset over the lake, just gorgeous, and after a nice home-cooked meal, we built a little fire by the water. You know what made it even better? There were some fireworks going off in the distance while we were sitting there. We could not have planned it better if we tried.
Good morning and welcome to Watkins Glen, Day 2. We've made our way to International Raceway.
Bowling at the Glen.
Yes, bowling at the Glen.
So we're going to check out the qualifying for tomorrow's Cup race and pick up my son Chris.
We picked up our race credentials so that we have access tomorrow. We do have seats, so if we get a little cramped in there, we do have an opportunity to go sit in our regular seats, which hopefully will be close by. But we're excited today to have access to the track and see qualifying. So welcome aboard GoodRiz Life, and let's have some fun. He's right by where our seats are. Taking a little bit of a break, found a nice little shady spot. We're just chilling right now, enjoying some downtime while they finish up qualifying.
Once Chris was done with work at the track, we headed back to the house. We were able to catch up and have dinner before he needed to work on a few more things before the big race day.
We had the privilege of having garage and pit access this morning. We finally made our way to the Progressive truck and to their garage.
Yeah. It'll be all in all about that.
Okay.
Oh.
We might walk around, look at some cars.
But as soon as you start hearing stuff fire up, it's it will run for about 5 minutes and then roll out.
Okay.
Since we're here early prior to a very long race, we're pacing ourselves, drinking a lot of water, and finding some respite when we can.
We were a little surprised when we heard them singing the Canadian national anthem, but it felt really fitting since we had just come from Toronto and Niagara Falls. It was a nice touch that connected our whole trip together. And once the anthems were over, we were asked to clear pit road and the race was about to start.
We knew Denny's strength wasn't really road courses, but it was still incredible to see the race up close and get the behind-the-scenes experience. We had one more peaceful night listening to the crickets before it was time to head home from our adventure. Thanks for coming along with us on this one, and keep tuning into the GoodRiz Life. You never know what kind of adventure we might be sharing next. And as always, please be sure to like and subscribe. Once again, thanks for coming along with the GoodRiz Life.